Tab 7 is the advertisement. It's a draft. We basically, for board members that have been through this before, it's basically modeled around that. Of course, the information's been changed to fit our timelines and to fit descriptors of the University of New Orleans. The advertisement will appear in a number of publications besides being posted on our website. Of course, that begins with the Chronicle of Higher Education, the Times-Picayune, Diverse, Inside of Higher Education, and some other electronic media. The ad is consistent, the schedule is consistent. If you notice in the ad, persons that are interested can apply directly to the University of Louisiana system, or they can apply through or contact Dr. Alan Koning with R.H. Perry and Associates, which is our search consultant. As we receive applicants, particularly those that apply publicly to us, they will also be posted on our website, along with resume and vita and information about them. Mr. Seville, we also need a motion to accept our draft advertisement and publication schedule.
Dr. Maroney, how does that look for you?
I'm pleased with what I see. I'm pleased, yeah. I think it was good.
I'm pleased to accept your motion, and the chair is interested in a second. Ms. Hess, how does that look for you?
Second.
And Ms. Hess seconds, reluctantly, but seconds. Any discussion? Any information from the audience? Any objections? Here none, so on.
At the risk of being removed as president of the University of Louisiana system, I need to remind our new committee members and others, Mr. Seville runs a rather tight ship and he likes to stay on schedule, and if you don't say something, he will say it for you. Dr. Ronnie, don't feel bad, or anybody that's been picked out. We've all worked with Mr. Seville. If you're quiet, he's going to draw you out some way or other. And I want to go back to the introductions, and also at the risk of being terminated. I thought Mr. Hebert was running for office or something. I mean, he was explaining all those things he had done. And are you running for office?
Well, because of, you know how it is in Louisiana. Everybody runs for office one time.
If nominated,
He's running for the city limits.
My detention school.
in tab 8 is our list of desired presidential qualifications. This draft list, if you will, has been assembled again over time and through experiences. You will see some of the same thoughts that I expressed earlier in terms of our board rules. Also this afternoon at the 1 p.m. forum, we will expect to hear input from many, many people that might cause us to modify this or prioritize some things in terms of the work of the committee. But we always need a list as a guiding set of principles for us. And I think that this has worked pretty well for us in the past. And at our next meeting, we will review not only this, but input that's screened from this afternoon's meeting. I'd ask the members to take a look at that for a moment and see if you have any questions or suggestions. If not, again, Mr. Seville, we actually need the desired qualifications to be approved.
Mr. Bill, I have a comment.
Yes, sir. Mr. Boudrain.
Having been a veteran of many searches, I want to make it clear, this is a vetted list of desired qualifications. I mean, it really is. It really has been given much thought, deliberation, honed over the years. Many years, I think it's a good representative of the qualifications we are looking for, but I want to share with the public, we sometimes joke on this side of the table about the 3 desired qualifications that are missing, and that is faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, and able to leap tall buildings with a single bound, because it is it's an ambitious list of qualifications, but it's one that has been honed over many years, Mr. Chairman, and I highly recommend that to the committee.
Mr. Coudrin, will you make that in the
And
form
you
of
can
motion?
make that a motion, Mr. Chairman. I move approval.
We have a motion from Mr. Coudrin, and we have a second from Mr. Minio. Any discussion?
Could I make a comment, please? I know that the list is, it is ambitious, but UNO does have sort of a special role being a public research university, public urban research university. So, you know, so there is going to be an opportunity to amend this list. Is that true, Mr. Chairman? Is there going to be an opportunity to amend this list?
Absolutely. I think I said that earlier at our next meeting, based on the input this afternoon.
Okay.
And as the committee thinks about the process and the input, we can certainly do that. And we also will, if you will, hone that list down a little bit with some priorities. So it's a beginning, beginning only.
Okay. And without objections. Any objection? Any comments from the audience? Without objection, so on. Okay.
Okay, the last thing is a presentation, a very brief presentation from Dr. Brad O'Hara, who is our provost and, where is Dr.? Oh, there he is, I'm sorry. Dr. O'Hara is the provost and vice president for academic affairs for our system. He's put together a brief overview of the University of New Orleans, and much in keeping with Dr. Maroney's comment a minute ago. You know, you can't be inclusive with everything, and if we leave some things out or need to be changed, whatever, we will do that along the way, because the whole issue here is to work together, identify the characteristics, become as familiar as possible with UNO, and find, as we've said earlier, the very best person to be the next president. Dr. O'Hara?
Thank you, Dr. Moffitt. Appreciate this opportunity to provide the search committee with a very brief overview of the University of New Orleans, as we traditionally do at this time with all of our search committees. Act 60 of the 1956 Louisiana legislature approved a new college in New Orleans, whose mission was to bring public-supported higher education to Louisiana's largest community. And so in the fall of 1958, the Louisiana State University in New Orleans, or LSUNO, began operations on the lakefront. That first semester, 1,460 students registered for classes. And by September of 1961, LSUNO became a full four-year institution. Enrollment exceeded 3,000, and the faculty had grown to about 150. In 1965, the students selected the current school colors of blue and silver, and the name Privateers for its sports teams. And in 1974, the Louisiana State portion of the school's name was dropped, and the institution became known as the University of New Orleans. And of course, we're all familiar with the July 2011 signing by the governor of Act 419, which initiated the transfer of the University of New Orleans to the University of Louisiana system. And today, UNO is a dynamic university that generates, by UNO estimates, a $1 billion annual economic impact. And as we heard earlier, over 75,000 individuals have graduated from UNO, and currently close to 11,000 students are enrolled. Those students, if they're from Louisiana, pay about $2,600 annually in in-state tuition and fees, while out-of-state students pay about $8,300 annually. UNO employs about 1,100 full-time faculty and staff, and the university offers 48 undergraduate and pre-professional programs, as well as 43 graduate degrees.